Good morning, everybody. We're back with another video. Don't normally put my face on camera, but it's one of those videos where you already read the title. I sold my boat. I sold my boat. Of course, right? I still enjoy boating. I still love being out on the water. I'm at the beach right now. I still enjoy learning about boats, but there are three reasons that why I sold my boat. And so this is more like a why I sold my boat type of a thing. Being that I've only owned the boat for almost 2 years and decided to sell it while it still had value. I sold it to a guy who is gonna take care of it, and I'm sure he'll have fun with his family too as well. I love the boat. It was a Bayliner 20-foot VR5. Amazing boat. Beautiful boat, and I had a lot of fun with the boat. But it still had its qualms, still had the reasons why I ended up having to sell. So I'll start with reason number one, which is I personally didn't know, because I'm not a fisherman, I didn't know where to venture off to next, right? And if you guys know, if you are in South Florida, if you own a boat, it doesn't matter where you are. If you own a boat and you are not a fisherman, what do you do with your boat, and how often do you use your boat? Being that I am at the lower end of the spectrum of being able to afford a boat, I had to trailer my boat. And so because I had to trailer my boat, I went from using the boat 4 times in a given month, 5 times in a given month, down to 1 time in a given month, because I had to wake up at the crack of dawn, head to the boat, prep the boat, head to the boat ramp, deal with the ramp anxiety, making sure we launched the boat perfectly, and then once we launched it perfectly, then had fun on the boat. After I had fun on the boat, then I would have the ramp anxiety again to come back and retrieve the boat perfectly. Most of the time it was me by myself, or it was me and my wife and I'm doing everything by myself. And then carry the boat back to the boat storage, and then have to wash down the boat because you don't want to leave the salt water on the boat. And so because of all of that, by the time you get home, it's midnight. You're waking up at the crack of dawn, you're at home when it's dark. So the time on the water was fun, but everything else surrounding it, not so much fun. So that was kind of reason number one, is that I didn't know where to take it and I was trailering it everywhere. Reason number two is actually the trailer itself. If you are buying your first boat, I will tell you the most important thing about buying that boat, if you're trailering it, is the trailer. It's not the boat. The boat is easy to fix. A boat is very simple. The mechanics are fairly simple. They haven't had much advancement. It's not like a car where everything is complicated. It's very simple mechanics, very simple electronics. I figured out, most of the electronics, most of the fiberglass things, I figured out steering. And as long as you have a very good engine, the engine is complicated, but as long as you have a very good engine, which never gave me any problems, you will not have to worry about the boat itself. But the trailer, most important part, right? You need to make sure you are buying something like a continental trailer or some really advanced, you know, high-end trailer that doesn't give you any problems. Why? Because the second to last time I took the boat out, the trailer gave out on me, and I had a major accident on a major road. The axle completely fell off. The wheels completely fell off. Everything got so hot because below got rusted. And I had a hard time even finding someone who would come and pick up the boat and trailer in the midst of my accident. So that was frustrating, but you live and you learn, right? These things have to happen in order for you to be able to learn from them. So that leads me to reason number 3, which it's kind of a tough one, but it all ties together, right? Which is when you have a boat, everything takes time, right? And I have a family, and of course, the important part of having a family is spending time with a family. When you have a boat, you need to make sure that everything that you do is double, triple the time. So prepping the boat, getting the boat to the boat ramp, even once you're on the boat, you think, all right, to get somewhere in 10 miles or 15 miles or 5 miles, double the time, right? So you have to have that patience. And if your wife and child doesn't have that patience, then, you know, be prepared. So I think if I do this again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this again. It's to solve for number 1. I really want a boat that can take me to the Bahamas, right? Lots of people here in South Florida, they go 50 miles that way and they hit Bahamas. I want a boat that's capable enough to go to the Bahamas. So if it might be 22 foot, 24 foot, something a little bit bigger, possibly even 2 engines, then, you know, that's what I'm in the market for. And then, again, drop some comments below in terms of where you guys take your boats. Because, again, me being scared with a trailer, not being in tip-top perfect condition, I didn't take the boat, or I didn't trailer the boat very far. I stayed in Broward and Palm Beach. I never even went down to Miami-Dade because I don't want to end up on, you know, any of those shows. And you guys know what I'm talking about. And then to solve for the trailer in the boat piece is I'm gonna look into marinas the next time around, because I saw a guy in Chicago who does trailer his boat, but in the summer he leaves his boat at a marina. So if there's a marina that will allow for, you know, 3 months out of the year to keep your boat there, I think I'm gonna look into that. So is it over for me on boating? No, we're just getting started. I learned a lot, and I sold it because it still had a lot of value. I actually made money on that boat, meaning when I bought it, the guy didn't do much. I did a little bit to the boat and sold it for more than what I bought it. So perfect time, learned a lot, and now I'm ready for the next best thing. So journey with me, it'll be a fun ride. Boom.